Okay, we're recording. So we're learning the negative forms today, page number 21 in the grammar. So if we are to make a sentence negative, we have, as you said, Jessica, we have to place a around the verb. But you have to remember that there are verbs which have two words included in it. Where do we put the napa in that case?
Oh, okay. I have no idea what.
So for example, j'ai passé, okay?
Mm.
You can simply j'ai mangé, I'm sure. No, je mange. I think you can make the negative of this. How would you make the negative of this? Je
Je
mange
ne
une.
mange pas.
Je ne mange pas. Yeah. We just je ne mange pas.
Pas.
Right. So we put the ne and pa around the first verb. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Even in complex verbs like this, what we do is we pick up the if there are two parts and there are two parts. This is the first part. This is the second part. We put the ne and pa around the first part of the verb. Okay. Je n'ai pas passé. Okay. So it did not go around the entire verb, which was complex, which is made of two parts, but only around the first part of it.
Okay.
Make
Oh,
sense?
yeah. That's
So this is the negative form in general. Okay. There are a lot of negative forms in French, right? And you can read these here in this part of the grammar. Okay. But we will go through these negations later. Okay, in a detailed manner because these are important. I don't want to just brush through them like in four sentences. No, it's way more important than that.
all right. Okay.
Okay, make sense?
Yeah.
Let's try making some negations. Il encourage ses employés.
Il n'encourage pas ses employés.
Do you know what employee are?
Yeah. Workers.
The employees, yeah. Okay. Let's do. Okay. Nous étudions the ninth one. Nous étudions l'arabe.
Nous, nous n'a pas. Ah, nous n'étudions pas. Le
Nous n'étudions
pas.
pas. Okay. L'arabe. Easy enough.
Yeah.
So this exercise here will be going to be very easy. Why? Because they only use present tense. Because we only read present tense
Present.
just till now in the grammar, right?
Mhm.
So this should be fairly easy to do. But we will look at negations when we will read complex tenses later in the grammar as well. Okay. So we will
Okay.
learn them side by side. Whenever we come across a tense, we will also see how to negate that. Okay.
Okay.
The other form of negation that I want you to learn here itself is meaning, neither not. Okay, so it's actually not two words, it's actually three words. You start with the no, then you say ni, okay, and then you say ni again. So basically, what happened here is the no stays the same for the negation. This ni is nothing but pa broken down into two parts. Okay,
Okay.
the thing is, but for example, we don't say the pa in this one, but we mention two things that we don't that we are negating. Okay, so I don't like neither apples, neither oranges. Just for an example, यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है il aime le café et le chocolat. He likes coffee and chocolate in general, not one specific coffee that particular cafe served him on that particular day at specific time. No, he likes coffee in general. He likes drinking coffee. And he likes chocolate in general. Okay.
Mhm.
Even
Okay.
though this is le, this does not mean a very specific thing. This means coffee in general. Okay.
Okay.
Now I want to negate it with basically I want to negate that and say that he doesn't like coffee, nor does he like chocolate. How will you say that? So,
Il
il,
va in
we don't use pa. So, given we are trying to negate two things at the same time, what we are going to say is ni plus the nouns. Simply. Il n'aime ni
ni
le
le
café
caffè.
and ni le chocolat.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Then again, elle aime le bleu et le jaune. Elle n'aime ni le bleu ni le jaune. You see, we don't use the pa at all. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pa is not used, but we use ni and ni instead. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
How will you say they like neither tea nor coffee? For example, the sentence.
Mm. Il n'aime ni
Il-
le thé.
Can you tell me the spelling of name and apostrophe?
A A-I-M-E.
Oh, but the subject is
Ni.
no. The subject is what? Is it he or is it they?
Oh, we have to conjugate. Yeah. Yes.
What would you
Oh,
put?
A-N-T. A-N-T.
And they. Yes.
Yeah.
And then ni
Thé.
le thé
Le thé. Ni le café.
le café. Make sense?
Yeah, it is.
He does not speak Italian. How would you say he speaks Italian?
Ni
He. Il
il parle.
Italian. Il parle Italian.
We have to uh, write it
Negate it.
in a
Exactly. But I'm asking you, how do you say how he speaks Italian? How would you write that? Okay.
il parle l'Italie. Okay.
Then, now if I negate this, I will write it. Il ne parle pas.
Ni fa Italian. Okay.
No,
When
this
there's
is
a
one
more
thing.
than one, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm getting it right now, slowly.
Yeah. So if there is no two things, we only would use pa. We won't use ni.
Fine. When there's a more than one thing in the subject, I mean the sentence, we have to.
Yep. And it does not, the negation is applied on both. That's also true. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you see, negation here is on coffee as well and on tea as well.
Okay.
This basically neither nor in English warrants the use of ni and me.
Okay. Yeah,
Makes
got it.
makes sense?
Yeah, it is. It is.
This was the first small part that we have to cover in order to finish chapter 2. Now we have moved to chapter number 3. Okay, and this is nothing new. We are still reading the present tense, and we will still be doing it till the chapter number 6 in this grammar because they've just divided it into simpler, shorter chapters. Okay,
Okay.
that's why we're covering it at this pace. All right.
Mhm.
Today, what we're going to look at are two very, very important verbs in French, and you have to absolutely know these verbs without fail. If you want to get a good level in French, you have to know this. Even at A1 level, you need to know these verbs. Okay. So, to be and to have, these are very basics of every language. To be in French is called what?
Être.
Être. Okay. And for those conjugations, I'm sure you know all them already, but we'll just go through them once. What are those? Can you please tell me?
Je suis. Tu es. Il est. Elle est. Nous sommes. Vous êtes. Ils sont. Elles sont.
Very nice. Now, I'm sure you can do this exercise by yourself. Just do this. You have to conjugate this in present. Okay. Mettre au présent les verbes entre parenthèses. Meaning the verbs which are under parentheses, you have to put those into present tense. You can do that.
Yeah, nous sommes libres demain soir.
Yeah, just have to write some here. Okay. Everything else is the same. Easy enough.
Yeah.
You just learn the conjugation. You should be able to do this. Then, répondre aux questions à la forme affirmative. What you have to do is basically there's a question given. Okay, you have to
Okay.
change it to, you have to respond to it. Basically, est-ce qu'ils sont en retard? Est-ce qu'ils sont en retard? So what they've used here is être en retard. This means to be late.
Okay.
Eh, Être en
Like we
retard.
have uh, est-ce qu'ils sont en retard is the question.
Are they late?
Yeah. Okay. So,
So, so you can either say yes or you can say no. If you want to practice your negations, you can. But we have to say it in the affirmative form, so no, you can't use negations. Okay. So what you can say is
ils
oui,
sont en retard.
oui, ils
Oui, ils
sont
sont en
en.
retard.
Ok. Le climat est sec. Le climat est sec. Is the climate dry? Oui, le climat est sec.
Okay. It's
It's
just
enough.
that we have to change the tone and we have to add we or no.
Oui, exactly. So what they're actually trying to teach us here is the conjugations of these verbs.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Good. Now it was easy enough. This there was just two exercises and those were pretty simple. What we have moved now to is avoir. Avoir means to what in French?
Have.
To have, yes. And can you read out the conjugations?
J'ai, tu as, il
Oui,
a, elle
oui.
a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont.
Very nice. Yes. So this is simple enough. What I want you to take away from this part of this grammar is actually this part. And you have
Okay.
to write this down and send these to me as homework. Okay.
Sure.
Write down and send. What you have to write down is not this J de la chance. No. You have to write actually the infinitive form of A. So all of these are actually conjugated with je. Okay. What you have to do is avoir de la chance. Because this can be conjugated with any subject. Ils ont de la chance, meaning they are lucky. But here I'm just
Okay.
saying I am lucky. No, we don't have to do it. What we have to do is avoir de la chance, meaning infinitive name. We have to write this expression. Every J will basically change into avoir. Okay,
Avoir.
so we say
Avoir
avoir
besoin
exactly. Avoir besoin
de.
de. Yes, not de. Okay, avoir besoin de. What does it mean? To need something. What you have to do is you can look at these meanings, but what you have to do is actually search for this expression on word reference. Okay. The
Okay.
homework is you have to write this expression on the left hand side. Okay.
Mhm.
You have to write the French meaning in this second part. You have to make three columns. Not columns, but yeah, three parts to that line. The third is to be the English meaning. What does it mean in English? That this has to be a French meaning. So if you open up the dictionary and search for this expression, the words appear in this exact order. There's the actual expression that you're looking for, then there's the French meaning, and then there's the English meaning.
English meaning. Okay.
And one more thing that you need to do below this is make a sentence with this.
Okay.
You can just copy paste the sentence which is in the dictionary. They will always have one.
Oh, sure.
So basically, I want you to exactly copy paste the dictionary in your note.
Oh, all right.
It
We'll do that. Yeah.
makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
And please note that these are used very, very frequently, and all of these expressions have avoir in it, if you notice, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
how will you say you are right? It has avoir in it. Avoir raison. Avoir raison. You are right. Tu as raison.
Tu
When
as
some,
raison.
yeah, when somebody says something to you, for example, if you are doing the DELF B2 exam, for example, the examiner says XYZ blah blah blah. I think like this, I think yeah, oh, you say vous avez raison, mais XYZ. Then you give your own argument.
Okay.
Okay. Vous avez
We
raison.
like to sound more polite to the person.
Exactly. So obviously you will use exam with the examinator. You will use avoir. Okay.
Okay.
Can't
Okay.
say tu as raison. Can't do that. Then, for example, if let's say I mean I don't hope so, but if let's say tomorrow you are not feeling well, maybe your throat is hurting. Okay.
Okay.
How will you say that? J'ai mal, avoir mal à plus body part is actually what you use for that.
Avoir mal.
No, no, no. J'ai is already, avoir is already included in that. J'ai, right?
Okay. Oh,
J'ai
yeah, yeah.
mal,
Already
j'ai,
conjugated with the je.
exact, yeah.
Yeah.
So j'ai mal à plus body part. And what happens is, if that body part starts with le, you have to learn these contractions. You can note these down if you want to.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
just writing if you. Sorry, this is not working. Isn't it? Plus low. Yeah, I'll do those two, both of these. I, can you see this?
Yeah.
So there's not actually four forms, but three forms, but it gets converted to four forms. I'll tell you how. So R plus L, wherever it occurs, it actually gets become, and if there's a consonant after it, it becomes O.
Oh,
Okay, becomes O. This is O. Okay. Then R plus La is what? It says the same. You don't have to change it.
okay. Allah.
Yes, Allah. And then this changes to AUX. Again said as O. Make sense?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then R plus L. How will you say this? R plus L.
Oh,
Plus verb. Sorry, plus vowel this time.
okay. L full stop or
Yes. So this changes to R plus L apostrophe and then you start the vowel wala word.
okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So avoir mal à la tête. Meaning, so la tête was feminine.
Yeah, it's
R
with
plus level, R plus levels remain the same. So we say j'ai mal à la tête means I am hurting in the head. I have hurt in the head, literally, but it means I have a headache.
okay.
For example, if your arm is hurt, okay, arm is called le bras, le bras. Okay,
Ah, okay.
j'ai mal à plus le bras. How will you put that? J'ai mal au bras.
R plus L is equal to O. So we
Oh,
are using E.
yeah. So
J
basically,
R O R.
R disappeared, le disappeared, and both of them became O.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so avoir mal au bras. Okay, it became avoir mal au bras. Why? Because le and a became O.
Okay.
So that is where this O came from in the sentence. So his arm hurts, il a mal au bras. How will you say j'ai mal à la? This thing.
Throat. I don't know. What?
It's called
What?
la gorge. I'll give you a hint. Okay, you have to tell me the sentence now.
Okay.
La gorge.
Okay. J'ai mal à la gorge.
J'ai mal à la gorge. Very nice. And how will you say, for example, my hands are hurting? And it's in plural. Okay, les mains. Maybe you did a
Okay.
lot of hard work today. You wrote a lot of French today. Now my hands are hurting. How will you write that to me in French?
J'ai mal au aux mains.
Aux mains. Yes, j'ai mal aux mains. J'ai mal aux mains. Okay, meaning either my hands are hurt or my hands are hurting, like they're paining or aching. Both. It can mean both things. Okay, it
Okay.
can mean that maybe I got some injury and my hands are hurting because of that. And otherwise, it can also mean they're just aching. I did something and they're just aching right now.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Right now, it's very important for us to learn this very similar expression, but with just has one small change.
Okay.
Okay. The only difference is Avoir du mal à faire quelque chose. The only difference from what we learned just right now is this simple word do.
Do.
Okay? Avoir du mal à faire quelque chose. And it's always followed by an infinitive verb.
Okay.
Okay? So,
Okay.
avoir du mal à faire quelque chose means have difficulty doing something. This has nothing to do with hurting or paining.
Okay. It's not about the physical pain, it's about the difficulty.
It's about difficulty in doing that verb that you're gonna say.
Okay.
So, nous avons du mal. If you say nous avons mal à body part, means we are hurting in that body part.
Okay.
But if you say nous avons du mal à accepter sa décision, like in this example, it means we are having trouble accepting his decision or her decision.
Okay.
Okay, make
Mhm.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
And for example, if I were to say il a du mal à la tête, elle a mal à la tête, désolé. How will I say that?
Elle a mal à la tête. Her. We don't
Ah,
use you in that sentence.
yes, we did not use du. What does that mean? Elle a mal à la tête.
Her head is here. Her too.
Head is
Headache. She has headache.
she has headache. Yes. So there are two hints for you to actually identify the meaning of that sentence. One is actually at the end there has to be a body part or some part that is hurting. Okay,
Oh,
that's
okay.
one hint that it's related to pain and hurt rather than having difficulty. And the other is in this one there is do and a verb, not a body part.
Okay.
Right? Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You
Okay.
see, there is a verb, both of these are verbs, and there is a do present in this. So these two hints are enough to tell you, okay, this is not hurting wala thing, hurting wala expression, but this is actually having difficulty in doing something. For example, if you were to learn this concept, avoir, and you say, no, I am facing a lot of trouble in uh, learning French in general. How will you say that?
J'ai 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 du mal à apprendre le
Le, fran-
ten
le
le,
français.
le français.
Ok. J'ai du mal à apprendre le français. Make sense? Easy enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. So now what you have to do is just write in this exercise, a very simple exercise. You just have to write the conjugations for avoir. I'm sure
Okay.
you would be able to do it. So for je plus avoir, you will write je. Simply.
J'ai yeah. Du
So what we have to focus on here is just the conjugations. If you don't understand the meaning of this entire blah blah blah, it's okay.
okay.
We're
Okay.
not focusing on that in this chapter, okay?
Okay.
Again, you might find difficult to do this exercise because all of this is in French. There's no English, but try. Okay, you will revise a lot of expressions. Avoir, sauf, avoir, chaud, avoir envie. Okay, all of these expressions you learned in the dictionary exercise that you will do.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and this 3.5 is again translation. You can do this. It's easy. Nothing new. Now we'll move on to OIR verbs. And there are not a lot of OIR verbs in French. Okay. And we are only concerned with a few, which is one of the most important ones is savoir. And you have to know the conjugation of this word. Because you always say, I mean, you frequently say, I know, she knows, he knows, they know, right? So you have to read the conjugations. And this is, please read this conjugation list. We'll see.
Je sais,
Hmm?
tu sais, il sait, elle sait, nous savons, vous savez, ils savent, elles savent.
Very nice. Savoir. Very nice. Okay. So, elle sait jouer du piano. Okay. So here, okay, let's just finish this conjugation at first, and then there's another verb that I want to teach, and then we'll compare both of these verbs and how they're different. Okay. So the other
Okay.
word that we want to learn is connaître today, And then we look at how savoir and connect are different from each other.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you tips so that you will not make those mistakes ever. But let's before that just practice a few savoir conjugations. How will you say je dash que with savoir?
Uh, Je sais.
Spelling
S-A-I-S.
S-I-E-S, exactly. How will you say ne pas savoir? I mean L and say with negation.
Elle ne sait pas.
Say, and what's the spelling of say?
Uh, S-A-I-T.
S-I-T, very nice. Il ne sait pas s'il travaille lundi. Make sense?
And
Okay, let's move on. This is the verb connaître. What verb is this? Connaître. Can you say this verb out loud?
Connaitre.
Connaître, yes. So we're learning the verb savoir. You also need to become acquainted with the verb connaître, okay, in order to understand when to use one or the other. Connaître, I will tell you what it is, but before that, let's just read out the conjugations for this. Can you read this out, please?
Je connais. Tu connais. Il connaît. Elle connaît. Nous connaissons.
Mm-hmm.
Nous connaissons.
Read
Vous
exactly.
connaissez. Ils connaissent. Ils connaissent. Elles connaissent.
Very nice. Yes. So identify this mistake, and that's good. You already did it. So here, what we use is, I'll tell you, both of these meanings, savoir and connaître, they're very, very similar in what they mean. Okay. They both mean literally translate to know something,
Okay.
but there are differences in how we use them in French.
Okay.
For example, in English, I can say I know you, right? And then I
Mhm.
say I know how to cook.
Okay.
Both of these sentences use the verb to know in English.
Mm.
But in French, both of these sentences will have different meanings, different translations.
Okay.
Je te connais, but je sais cuisiner.
Okay.
Okay? So whenever you know a person, you know something, okay, you are acquainted with something, if it's basically followed by a noun or a direct object, I should rather put it as this. If it's a direct object, you will use connect.
Okay.
Okay? And with skills and phrases. Skills and phrases is where savoir takes place.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go back. I'll tell you where savoir is used. I'll go back one page. You see, right after savoir, what is used? An infinitive.
Jouer. Mm.
C'est jouer. So savoir jouer, savoir faire quelque chose.
Mm.
So savoir is often followed by a infinitive of a verb, which will
Mhm.
translate to how to dash.
Okay.
For example, she knows how to play.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if you want to say you know how to swim, how will you say? Je sais nager. That how to plus a verb actually changes to one single sentence, one single word in French.
Okay.
So je sais nager. What does this mean?
I know swimming.
I know swimming or I can swim basically. I know how to swim.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
If I were to say this, je connais nager, can I say that?
No.
Okay. I can't say this.
Mm.
So je connais, I don't know, Lucas, for example. I can say that. I
Yeah.
know Lucas, but I
Because it
cannot
refers
know.
to the direct object or direct person. No?
Exactly, yes. Okay. I connais, for example, Red Fort. Je connais Red Fort.
Mhm.
You can use if French name for this. I do not honestly know what the French name is, but the main thing that I'm teaching you here is whenever there's a direct object, thing that you actually are acquainted with, you can say connaître.
Okay.
But savoir is used with one, the first use case is actually with a verb. Okay. And that verb often has to do with a skill. I know how to do XYZ. For example, if I were to ask you, do you know how to speak French? How will you remember? How will you reply?
Oui, je sais parler.
Français, बस खत्म. Je sais parler français. ठीक है. Je sais parler français. Je connais français. उसका मतलब होगा एक फ्रेंच नाम का कोई बंदा बंदी है या I don't know. I know him. Okay. Don't use that.
Okay.
So je sais parler français. Do you understand this difference now? Small difference, not big
Yeah.
difference. Okay. The second use for savoir is actually when you have to say I know that and then something. I know what. I know XYZ. I know a fact.
Okay. For example, if someone is asking, do you know? It's an answer to that.
Can you repeat that? Sorry, it's an answer to that. What?
Like for example, if someone is asking, do you know this particular object or something? When we have to respond to them, we have to use savoir instead of connaître.
No, no, not exactly that. So if you're talking about facts, okay,
Okay.
that's where savoir is used. I know that India is the sixth largest country in the world or seventh largest country in this world, area wise. Okay, I know that. But will
Okay.
I say je connais que l'Inde est le plus grand pays du monde? Non, le sixième plus grand pays du monde? No, I won't say that.
Mm.
Je sais que. So whenever there's que or whenever there's a fact after it, and that fact can be introduced by que, and it can
Mhm.
be introduced by other conjunctions. So, for example, je ne sais pas où il est. Je sais où il est.
Mhm.
I know where he is. It's a fact, right?
Yeah.
Where he is not a person. So this is actually an indirect object.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indirect
So,
one. Yeah.
so indirect objects always uses savoir basically.
Mhm.
So je sais quel est médecin. For example, je sais quel est médecin. Matlab, I know that she is a doctor. Or
Okay.
according to this example, je sais qu'elle est occupée. I know that she is busy.
Mhm.
Or he knows. He'll say qu'elle est occupée. Okay? Doesn't matter. But if I were to say I know her, how will I say that?
Je sais.
Je actually, no, I wouldn't use say at all. I would use connais. Je la connais.
Okay.
Okay, je la connais. I know her. मैं
Mm.
उसको जानता हूँ. As in Hindi, I told you, in Hindi, the order is actually almost the same as French. मैं उसको जानता हूँ. मैं उसको जानता हूँ.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure. Okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So this was, I think, a very important difference, and you have to know this. Try making very short notes of when to use connect, when to use savoir, and write 2 to 3 examples of both,
Okay.
because this will come in handy in all exams, no matter what exam you give in the future.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. So don't skip this. Read about it more on your own as well. Okay.
Sure.
Write examples, write the conjugations short, but write the examples as well.
Okay.
Make sense? And with that, I think you should be able to do 3.7 easily. And we
Okay.
will move to very common words, which are very similar looking in conjugations. And they are also very important. We've already introduced some of these um, in our story reading, if you remember. Je veux, tu veux. Je veux que tu. I remember, I think it was the second sentence of that story.
Yeah. Like I need you to. I want you to. Right?
Yeah, I need you to, I want you to, right? So, vouloir is actually that verb to
Okay.
want to do something. Okay? To want to
Okay.
do something.
Okay.
To voir is to be able to do something. or have the capacity to do something. For example, I can speak French. Je peux parler français si tu veux. I can speak French if you want. I can speak in English if you want.
Okay.
मैं
It's like
हिंदी में मैं हिंदी में
choice.
बोल सकता हूँ अगर आप चाहते हो. समझ रहे हो? There are like this difference. I
Okay.
can,
Okay.
example. Okay. Je peux. Okay, now you have to read these conjugations for me. Can you please? I put a big line across, but please ignore it.
Je peux, tu peux, il peut, elle peut,
Mhm.
nous pouvons, vous
Oui.
pouvez, ils peuvent, elles peuvent.
Ils peuvent, elles peuvent. Yes, very nice. Okay. Now we'll move to vouloir, which means to want to do something, and I will discuss sentences of both of these at once. But first, let's look at what is to want. To want something, to express wishes and desires. Okay, it's used for a polite request, but we'll see how it's changed to actually use. So we change it to a conditional form. I won't teach you conditional form right here. We'll learn this is in chapter 11, 12, and 13, I guess.
Okay.
But here we'll just focus on these two sentences. Please keep this one for now. Okay. So
Okay.
can you read these conjugations? I think you read it right already.
So, pouvoir aider,
Okay.
vouloir aider.
Please, yeah, please read these as well.
Je veux, tu veux, il veut, elle veut, nous voulons, vous voulez, il veut, elle
Mm-hmm.
veut.
No, no, this is not correct.
Okay.
Il dash, L dash. You have to read it out again.
Ils veulent,
Ils veulent, simply veulent. You have to remove this and say veulent.
veulent.
Yes, veulent, 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 simply veulent. Okay. Ils veulent,
Mm,
elles veulent.
okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So all of these mean I want, you want, he, she wants, we want, you want, and then they want.
Okay.
For example, elle veut une augmentation. She needs a raise. She wants a raise.
Okay.
Okay. Nous voulons une table près de la cheminée. Nous voulons une table près de la cheminée.
We want to.
We want a table close to the chimney or the fireplace actually.
Okay. Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
For peu, can you say, I already told you one sentence, je peux parler français, or elle ne peut pas venir aujourd'hui. Elle ne peut pas venir aujourd'hui.
She cannot.
She cannot come. So, you see, both of these actually sometimes, uh, especially the peu verb, is followed by an infinitive of verb.
Okay.
Okay, but the vouloir, it can be followed by an infinitive or a noun. Je veux parler français. Je veux une pomme.
Okay.
Okay. The thing is, the trick to remember this is
Okay.
whenever there are two verbs, V1 and V2 or more, okay, V3, V4, you won't see a lot of these cases, 3 and 4 only. But if there's only one single sentence, one single subject, okay, whatever that is, issue or a subject in general,
Okay.
this subject only has one power to conjugate only one verb
Okay.
of all those verbs that are written. Everything else has to remain in infinitive. So what it does is basically transfers that power of conjugation to first verb, the first verb itself. Everything else is in infinitive. So this verb will get conjugated. Okay.
Okay. The
But
rest all will be infinitive.
yes, all of the other ones will stay infinitive.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So for
For example,
example,
je veux parler.
exactly. Can you give me some other examples?
Hmm. Tu veux chanter?
Very nice. Tu veux chanter? Can you give me one example with pouvoir?
Pouvoir, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm, je ne peux pas, uh, je ne peux pas regarder de film aujourd'hui.
Le film aujourd'hui. Okay.
Mm.
Je ne peux pas. You see this
Yeah,
and this.
yeah.
Make sense? And you see, when I talk to you about negations, we discussed that the negation all hamesha it wraps itself around on the first
Mhm.
verb.
Yeah,
Okay. So you see the pouvoir here is the first word. What
yes.
the negation is done is actually wrap itself around it.
No and pas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make sense?
it is.
And in this generalized thing, sorry, let me just clear this up. You can note this down, actually, will it help you remember.
Yeah.
So, if there's a subject, the negation will always surround this verb.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm.
Everything else will stay in infinitive.
Okay.
This verb is conjugated. You can make your own notes. Okay. This is the idea. Make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So, what we've done so far is avoir, être. Okay. Être. Then we did avoir. We did a very important list of expressions. You have to read
Mhm.
this out loud. You have to read this and do the homework for this.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Then we read the difference between savoir and connaître. What
Mm.
all of those mean. Now we read the two important verbs, pouvoir and vouloir.
Pouvoir.
So
Yeah.
all of these are actually nothing but irregular verbs in French. But
Mm-hmm.
this chapter is one of the most foundational and basic chapters, but at the same time, it's one of the most important chapters of this grammar. So please
Oh,
don't take this lightly at all. Okay.
okay.
So what we've here is nothing but a list of other YR verbs. Move forward now. Okay. They are irregular, but you don't need to basically remember all of them. What we want to focus on is this Avoir, which already has a chapter of its own. It's so important that it has another chapter on its own. Okay.
Okay.
And then for maybe at max or at max you can remember this
Okay.
Voir.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you can skip the other ones for now. Okay. You can read them as and when they come in your text, you can get to know the meaning of these.
Okay.
Then two small things that we can discuss just now is falloir and pleuvoir.
Okay.
It's very simple, nothing very complicated. Okay. The
Okay.
pleuvoir verb, let's first discuss that because it's one of the shortest thing that you need to learn in French. It actually only is used like this.
Okay.
Okay. Il pleut. Il pleut. So both of these verbs, if you even check the dictionaries, they won't have je pleut. Always it's used with third person singular. Matlab il. Not even L. Not even O.
Okay.
So always with pleut you will see il. And same the case with falloir. To be necessary.
Oh, il
Il
faut.
faut, faut, il faut que je le fasse. It's
Oh,
necessary that I do it. And it's actually subjunctive that I just spoke, but you don't need to learn that for now. You don't need to focus on that for now. What you need to know is il faut.
okay.
Okay, we'll also learn some subject pronouns that come in between these. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so il faut is written like this, but it's also written like this. Il me faut.
Il me faut.
Okay, it's necessary for me.
Okay.
Okay, il vous faut. The French people actually eat this word. Il faut
Mhm.
que plus plus plus, blah blah blah. Il vous
Okay.
faut que blah blah blah. Okay. We'll read this in detail if we are preparing for some exam, but for right now, we will do this.
Okay.
Okay. You can do this exercise. For example, we'll do this. Can you swim?
Est-ce que tu non,
Okay. Est-ce que hmm, tu,
nager. Nager.
tu nager?
Yeah. No, I guess it's ER verb, so yes. Then
Tu nages. So this actually translates to do you swim?
okay. Okay. It's not can you swim.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm,
How, can you swim? What does that actually translate to in English? I mean, what the meaning of the sentence is? Can you swim? Do you know how to swim?
Ah, est-ce que tu savoir savoir
Yes, exactly. Yes, we have to use savoir. Why did we use savoir?
because it's a skill. Swimming is a skill. So est-ce que tu sais nager? Okay. Okay.
Makes sense. If he did not know how to swim, he wouldn't probably be alive in this answer. So, right?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
swim? Est-ce que tu sais nager? Makes sense.
Yeah.
Can he cook? Can he cook? This can actually mean two things. Right now, I'm hungry. Can he cook? But in general, does he know how to cook? Both of these are possible translations of this sentence. So, basis that, whatever you want to translate it to, you can write two translations in French. If you want to make it a general competency, meaning that does he know how to cook, you will use savoir plus cuisiner. Okay?
Okay. Est-ce que il sait cuisiner?
Oui, yeah, very nice. Douzième, la deuxième phrase, ça peut être quoi? Can he cook? I am hungry right now. Can he cook for me, please?
Est-ce
Est-ce
que
qu'il peut cuisiner? Est-ce qu'il peut cuisiner? Maintenant,
pouvoir?
actuellement. Okay. Pouvoir.
Okay. Okay.
Make sense? So you have to
Yeah.
understand what I am trying to say. These
Yeah. I
sentences are not the perfect example of what we should say or we shouldn't say. Don't take the answer key to be the correct. Okay. But
okay.
the basis, the meaning of what the author intended, this can mean two things. This can mean, as I told you, does he know how to cook or does he know, can he cook for me right now? Can he cook right now?
Okay.
Make
Like,
sense?
is he able to cook for?
Yeah. If I ever ask him, will he be able to cook because he knows how to cook?
Mm,
Make
okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was chapter 3, and it's pretty straightforward, but a lot of information. So it requires a lot of practice actually. I would want you to spend a lot of time on this chapter to grasp and absorb the concepts that are there.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Let's take a very short break of 4 to 5 minutes. Then we will start with the fourth chapter. I'm going to start fresh. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start with fourth chapter. We'll see, and this is also another important chapter. We won't be focusing a lot of our attention on Tenir. I'll tell you why. Because we don't use it a lot. Okay, so I don't want you to focus your attention on something that's not used a lot. So we'll do 6 parts to this chapter. There is Ale, one use case for Ale. Then we will see Venir, one use case for Venir, fair, and then one use case for fair. Okay,
Oh, all
six
right.
things.
Yeah.
We'll come back at let's say 8:56. Make sense?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Savoir.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with irregular verbs. More irregular verbs. We were reading irregular verbs just till the third chapter as well.
Okay.
Um, let's look at ale. I'm sure you know the meaning of ale already. What does it mean?
To go.
Sorry,
To go.
to go. Yes. So quickly, let's read out the conjugations of this.
Je vais. Tu vas. Il va. Elle va. Nous allons.
We
Vous allez. Ils vont. Elles vont.
very nice. Yes. So what they've done here is just told you about the contractions that we learned in the previous chapter
Yeah.
informally. Okay, you can read this, and um, I'm sure you'll understand this, right? Because it's
Yeah.
something we already did. Sa. So when I ask you Sava, just right now, do you understand that I use the verb ale?
Okay. Yeah. Just now I'm realizing that. Okay.
Yeah, Sava. Como
Yeah.
talevu? What is the verb that we're using here? Alevu.
Allez.
Ale. Ale. So ale is what? Ale verb.
Allez.
Je.
To go.
Yeah. Je vais bien. What does that mean?
Oh, yeah. Je vais. I am doing well.
But literally, what does that mean? I'm going well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of these expressions of asking for condition of health actually use what? Ale.
Allez. Mm.
Okay. So como ça va, como allez-vous, je vais bien. All of these have ale constructed into it. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
Does not literally translate. You have to take the actual figurative meaning of the expression.
Okay.
All right. The only thing of vocabulary that I want you to take from this book is this one. Actually, it's important.
Okay.
I don't know why they mention it here, but yeah, there's no sense to why some vocabulary occurs in what chapter. It's very random. You don't have to
Uh,
pay attention to it. Mostly, you can just read through it and go through it once, but don't cram it. Okay. But I will
oh,
ask you to still cram this one. You can write it down on a piece of paper in and
sure.
with the English translations. So we'll
Yeah.
divide it into three parts. Okay. The first one is still here. This is days of the week, and I'll cover this in slides as well. But yeah, we'll see this here. Can you say
Oh,
this?
lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche.
Yes. So I'll see. Can you read this again? Are you seeing the tab?
Lundi,
Yep. Yes. And then again, yeah.
mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche.
Okay. All these are French days of the week. Okay. There is a very nice song based on this. They ask what day is it. When we want to say what day is it, if somebody asks you what day is it today, we do that in Hindi or English, right? What is the day today? Is it Thursday or is it Sunday? We wonder, right? Sometimes we forget. And we ask our friends, what day is it today? Or we look at our phones and demand or wonder what day is it. And only after we look at the phone or some calendar that we realize, okay, today is Sunday, right?
Yeah. Mm.
But if you were to ask this question to someone, what day is it? How would you ask that in French? Can you ask, what day is it to me? Quel jour sommes-nous? What day we are at? Literally.
Oh, okay. Quel jour sommes-nous?
Quel jour sommes-nous? Okay. And this song that I have here is actually exactly of this title only. Okay. Quel jour sommes-nous? You will have to listen to this song. It's a very fun song, very short song as well. But this will actually teach you the days of the week in French.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's now look at les mois de l'année, les saisons. Exactly the same thing as was given in that table, but we're just learning it in a pretty table like this. Can you read this out for me?
Janvier,
Janvier, very nice.
février,
Février,
mars,
mars, oui.
avril,
Avril, Ah,
Avril,
oui. Ah, avril.
Mai,
Ah, oui, oui. Continue. Oui, oui. Mai.
Juin,
Juin. Oui.
Juillet,
Juillet. Very nice. I double L. Year. Okay. Juillet. Very nice.
Juillet, or
Août. Non. Non, pas
août,
août. Août. Oui.
août, septembre,
Septembre. Yes.
octobre,
Octobre.
octobre,
Yes. The O is actually
octobre,
pronounced Obre. Pas O. O.
octobre, novembre,
Novembre. Very nice.
décembre.
Décembre. Very nice. Okay. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Can I read out the seasons now? Let's do seasons. Spring. Okay. Spring means the time when flowers start to bloom. Mm.
Pronto,
Le printemps. Printemps. It's not printemps, it's printemps. 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 So IN sound in French is followed by a consonant. As I told you, it's un sound. Un sound. Printemps.
pronto,
Very nice. L'été,
l'été,
l'automne,
l'automne,
l'hiver,
l'hiver,
l'hiver.
l'hiver.
Okay. All right. And I think we covered that table actually very well. If there's anything, yes, this is the season. No, you're not going to put this. All right, let's come back to the PDF that I was teaching
Okay.
from. So this is the table that just covered what we just did in the slides. Okay. So you have to remember these words. All of these are there in
Sure.
that slide as well. You can refer the slide.
Okay.
But let's come back to Ale. Okay, and we'll see one application. As I told you, we'll do 6 things, but I think I'll only do 4 things today. I'll skip fair and the causative form for the next class. Instead of
Okay.
that, we'll do some fun activity just like yesterday. Okay.
Okay.
First, let's do Ale ka application. What is Ale used? So I told you it's used in a lot of expressions. Ça va, je vais bien. Okay. One uses that. The second is actually to use it in the form that it actually means. I am going somewhere. Okay. Je vais au cinéma. I will use it as intended.
Okay.
Okay. That's one
Je
use case.
vais aller au cinéma.
No, this is the future tense. You are jumping one step ahead. But je
Oh,
vais
okay.
au cinéma means I am going to the cinema. And we were reading present tense. Okay. So in present tense, you will only use one simple conjugation, which is vais.
Okay.
Je vais
Oh,
au cinéma.
I guess I was talking about future proche.
Yes. So this is the
Oh,
future proche. Actually, that's what we're going to see right now. But before that, I want to actually you to understand je vais au
Récent.
cinéma.
Okay.
So, cinéma. This is the sentence. Je vais au cinéma. What does this mean? I am going to
I,
the cinema.
hmm,
Okay. And I can also write je vais à la plage. What does this mean?
I am going to the beach.
I'm going to the beach. Yes. Okay. So this is the intended use. The second one, as I told you, was which the informal expressions. The third use case that we're going to look at is actually to make higher complex tenses. It's not really complex tenses, but just not simple as present. Okay. It's not as simple as present tense.
Okay.
While we look at it, it is composed of 2 parts. The future proche. Future proche. What does that future proche means? Proche means what?
Near.
Yes. So future proche, if I build a timeline, if this is the present,
Mhm.
okay. Future proche means sometime in the future, of course, because it's future. But we're looking at the near future. Okay, not the indefinite future, which we do not know when it's going to happen, but a definite near future, which is going to happen just now or in some time. Okay, or in a few
Mhm.
days maybe. For
Okay.
example, je vais acheter une voiture à la fin de semaine. For example, यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है je vais acheter une voiture en mai. Maybe May is already past, for example. But je vais acheter. Can you tell me? We just learned the months of the year. Je vais acheter une voiture in September. How will you say that?
Je vais acheter une voiture en septembre.
It's not voiture. Y sound is wa.
Voiture. Voiture.
What? Voiture. It is chew. C-H. Chew. Chew.
voiture.
Voiture. Okay. Je vais
Je
acheter
vais,
une.
je vais acheter une voiture en septembre.
En septembre. Very nice. Okay. So you see, this tense, what did I use was two forms actually, two verbs. Okay. The first one was what? Try to notice these things that I'm underlining. What do you notice about these first words that I'm underlining? What's common between these?
Elle va prendre.
What's common between the violet
The
words?
verb is infinitive followed by the uh,
Is it infinitive followed by something, or it's something followed by infinitive?
okay. After conjugating the subject with ale, the verbs are infinitive.
Exactly. So very nice. That's exactly what this is. This is conjugated. Ale here is conjugated. The verb that we write next to it is infinitive. And this shouldn't come as surprise, given that we just read that any verb after the subject's first verb is actually going to be infinitive,
Yeah.
right? We just learned that. So the thing that I'm trying to teach here is this first verb in every case, you see, the purple underlined word is
Mm-hmm.
something. You have to tell me that. I'm trying to make you understand that before I actually tell you the answer. Can you tell me what's common between those words? What are the conjugations of all of them?
Ale.
Ale. So yes, that is the common thing, that the first verb in this case in future Proche, it cannot be any verb. It has to be ale.
Okay.
Okay. So if that is the case, that basically brings this down to a subset of what we learned. This V1, V2, V3 thing that we learned just now, the subject
Mhm.
plus V1. If V1 is equal to ale, right?
Yeah.
And I have something else. This means I'm actually now in the domain of future Proche, meaning I'm actually talking about near future.
Oh,
Okay.
so
The
every time,
V2, yeah, go on, go on.
like while constructing the sentence in future prosh, we are conjugating the subject with ale and verb infinitive.
Yes, verb infinitive for whatever future action I'm going to do. But if I want to actually start talking about the future, I have to first change the sentence to some way, right? And one of the ways is future pros,
Okay.
and I do that by using ale in present,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
right? So je
Yeah.
vais, nous allons, il va, ils vont, elles vont, everything like that.
Okay. Yeah, I got
After
it.
that, yeah, after that, I basically add any verb that I want to talk about in the future. The action itself is going to be this red word.
Okay.
Okay, so let's read these sentences out loud. Je vais acheter une voiture en septembre. Oui, that's done. Nous allons faire un voyage en avril.
Yeah.
What
Nous
did I
allons.
say? Faire un voyage. Okay.
We
Nous
are
a-
going to a vacation.
we are going to a vacation in April. Okay.
Mm.
Elle va apprendre le chinois. Elle va apprendre le français, for example.
She is going to start like learn French or Chinese.
Exactly. Is she learning it right now?
No, she is going to.
She is going to. Very nice. Ils vont bientôt भूल जाओ. It's an adverb. Okay. Déménager. Ils vont déménager.
They are going to something. I got it. Deménager. I don't know the meaning of.
Déménager, it's a very, very weird and specific word in French. So you will be surprised at how specific French people can get. This word is actually a big thing that we do in English. It actually means to pack up all your stuff, to move
Oh,
out of a place. So
okay.
all of this thing is actually called déménager,
Okay.
to move out.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they're going to move soon. They're going to move out of their place that they're living in right now soon.
Okay.
This does not mean they are standing at one place and they're gonna now displace by 100 meters and stand there now. No, this does not mean move. This means they're actually going to move out of a place and then move in maybe in some other place.
They're gonna shift to the different place.
Exactly. Yes, they're gonna shift to a different place. This is not the move that they're meaning here. Okay,
Oh, okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
This construction, sorry for all the mess, but it was necessary, I guess, for the explanations. This construction, bear with me when I read from this mess, but this construction can replicate the present in colloquial speech. So this isn't very important, honestly speaking, because we're not very concerned with colloquial speech, because we're not actually going to the France right now. If we were to go, we will still anyways learn it from the natives, right? But what we are concerned with, the exam level French, and that does not concern colloquial speech at all.
Yeah.
What is colloquial speech? The things that are actually said at ground, on ground in France. And that is not exactly the French that is taught to us in books. Like, for example, I'll give you a very small example. क्या कर रहा है? It's a very simple expression in Hindi that we learn. क्या कर रहे
Mm,
हो? क्या कर रहा है? Is there
mm,
actually क्या कर रहा है are four words.
mm.
But what we actually say on ground every day, क्या कर रहा है? We don't say it at all. पूरे चार words तो बोलते ही नहीं हम. We basically contract everything. क्या कर रहा है? We also
Yeah.
have abbreviations for it. KKRH
Yeah.
when we talk to friends, right? So all of
Yeah.
these are colloquial things. We don't need to concern with them for now when we're actually learning the language for exams.
Okay.
Make sense? So anything that has to do with colloquial things, leave it out. Okay.
Okay.
And in everyday conversation, the immediate future is often used as a substitute for the future tense. Yeah, this is correct. This is actually correct. So for example, if I actually want to say some things in the future, so the boundary between using future proche and future simple, which is the actual future tense in French, okay,
Mm.
the real future tense, it's a little blurred, it's a little vague. When I say proche, do you think 3 months is enough time to be near future? Do you think one day is enough time to be near future? What is near when I say near future? It's very subjective, right?
Yeah, which is gonna happen right after this kind of
But
thing.
we just used je vais acheter une voiture en septembre. September is not until 5 months, right?
Yeah.
So
So
is it near? No, it's not. But we still used the future proche? Yes. Okay. The thing is
okay.
that be better than learning near and far. What we can learn this like is if there's a definite duration as to when that thing is going to happen on or at, we can use future proche.
Okay.
For example, in the future, I want to go to the Japan or I will go to Japan. I don't know when. I haven't decided. My tickets are not booked yet. I even don't
Okay.
have a visa for it yet. Okay.
Okay.
Let alone booking the tickets. I don't even have the visa for it yet. So I will go to Japan. For that case, I cannot use future pros.
Mm. Okay. When you're not sure about something is gonna happen, that's where
Yep.
we gonna use future provision.
Yep. If you're not
Okay.
sure it's going to happen, no, that's not the case. If you're not sure when it's going, it will happen, but you're not sure when it will happen. The surety is not about the action happening or not happening. Okay. The surety
Okay.
is about the unsurety or uncertainty is about that action happening when.
Okay.
Make sense? There's a difference between those two things. If you're even uncertain about the action happening at all, that's not the use case that we're talking about,
Okay. Okay. I got it. Mm.
right? So we are unsure about the duration as to when that action will happen. That's where we use the actual future tense, and we'll read this in ninth chapter in this book when we get there. Not for now. For now, let's just stick to ourselves to the use case, which is future proche.
Okay.
Okay, what we're going to do is mettre au présent les verbes entre parentheses. What we have to do is actually just do the conjugations in present.
Mhm.
Okay, 4.1 is nothing but do present tense for this. Why? Because we learned the present tense of aller, right? How do you
Yes.
say nous dash à la plage? Je vais à la plage, but nous dash à la plage.
Lozano,
Can you tell me the spelling of Alu?
ALLONS.
Very nice. So this is what we're going to learn here in this exercise. It's a very simple exercise, but I want you to focus on ale a lot because we're going to use this a lot in our other tenses starting seventh chapter. So on a seventh chapter, I'm not going to be referring back to these things. I will expect that you have done the homework, you have done these exercises, and you know those conjugations then.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So passé composé, just to give an example,
Mhm.
It's the seventh chapter of this book. Okay.
Okay.
It uses two components. One is auxiliary, which is avoir, right? And then there's a past participle. This in English, it's past participle. Okay.
Mhm.
This past participle is something that I'm going to be focusing on in the seventh chapter, not on the conjugation of avoir, because we've already done that. We are just have to use this in present.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So this ale and all of these, whenever they come in future, I'm not going to be focusing on teaching the conjugations, but that's why you have to do the homework at home and be comfortable with these conjugations uh,
Sure.
by a lot. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
So what did we do? We did ale. We did some use cases.
Mhm.
And then we did the future pros tense, which is built with the help of ale. Correct?
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
we're going to be do the same thing just in the past with another verb.
Okay.
So we're gonna read the immediate past. So present से थोड़ा आगे गए थे, present से थोड़ा पीछे जाएंगे. How? Using another verb, which is venir. What is that verb?
When
Okay, venir. The verb venir, to come, and its derivatives. So basically, they're teaching you all the conjugations of venir ending verbs.
Mhm.
So it can be the venir, but it is venir after all, right?
Yeah.
Prévenir, survenir. Okay. So all of these are conjugated according to Vernier conjugation only. The prefix
Yeah.
gets added for free in the beginning if it's present in the original verb.
Okay.
Make sense? So please
Yeah.
read this out for me. Whenever I say read these out for me, I actually mean that these are very important. I want you to learn this. I already know these conjugations. It would have been easier for me to read these out, but I want you to learn. And whenever I do
Oh,
this parenthesis around these words, please make a note to write them down on your
yeah.
notebooks.
It's important to.
Yeah, it's important. Okay, so please read this out for me. Je,
Je viens. Tu viens. Il vient. Elle vient.
oui.
Nous venons. Vous venez.
No, no, no. That's not
Venons.
said. Ver, no. It's not
Go.
a. Ver, no.
Okay.
Very nice. Nous
Nous
venons. Vous venez.
venons. Ils viennent. Elles viennent.
Il vient, elle vient. Very nice. Okay, so venir means to come, to, to go somewhere and then come back from some place.
Mm.
Or if you're standing somewhere else, to come at that one place.
Okay.
Okay, vous venez à 8 heures ce soir. I read the first one for me. Can you read that again for me? Vous venez à 8 heures ce soir.
Vous venez à 8 heures ce soir.
What does that mean?
Are you coming at 8?
AM, 8 AM. Okay. 8 heures is, so I'll give you one hint. So French follows 24-hour clock, basically.
Okay.
So we'll read timings. Let's say time कैसे पढ़ना है French में. I'll cover that very shortly in one of our
Okay.
slides. But French covers 24 hours. If you see 1 third, that means 8 p.m. in the evening.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
But if it is 8 it means 8 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Otherwise, I could follow 12-hour format as well, but I have to mention that is the hour of what day, what time. 8 heures le matin ou 8 heures le soir. If I say 8 heures le soir, means it is the 8 p.m. that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
So, à 8 heures here means 8 a.m.
Okay.
Okay. D'où
Yeah.
viennent-ils? Can you read this? The second one?
Do we until.
Yes. You see, I've done a liaison here. Sorry. I did a liaison here
Yeah.
in between T and ILS. Okay.
Question formation of the.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Read this out for me.
N'oubliez pas de nous prévenir.
Very nice. Okay. Can you tell me the meaning of oublier? What is the word that we are using here?
To to forget. To
Oublier,
forget.
yes, to forget. To n'oubliez pas means what?
Don't forget to
To prevenir is
prevent.
what?
I don't know.
Okay,
Oh,
here it
it's
is. Okay.
okay. Okay.
Prevenir is to warn someone, okay, or to inform someone of something.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. If there is no class tomorrow, I will basically je vais te prévenir. I
Oh,
will, je vais te prévenir. I'm using future cross here. I will let you know. I will inform you.
okay.
Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. The thing that I was telling you, Venir does not have a lot of use cases, just like we did for Ale. Okay. So what we directly are going to jump to is we saw the actual meanings. Now we're going to jump to the construction of a new tense, which is called passé récent. In English, it's
Passé.
called immediate past, but in French, it's called passé récent.
Okay.
Passé récent.
Rest.
It's not ré, it's récent. 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 Récent.
Reso.
Okay.
Reso.
Immediate past. Something that just happened. I just taught you the future past tense. How will you say that? Example, je viens de
Oh,
apprendre le passé récent, for example, or le future past.
okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes. वहाँ पे you remember we used to do ale plus infinitive. There were two components, subject के बाद,
Okay. Okay.
right? ये था हमारा क्या? Just थोड़े से future में, future past में. But
Hmm.
what is the difference here? यहाँ पे subject will remain the same.
So,
यहाँ पे
sujet,
ale
venir.
venir, the infinitive will remain the same. There's one small addition to this.
Okay.
What is that addition? I have a the placed in between.
Oh, the.
Yes.
Okay. I'll-
So between venir conjugated and infinitive as infinitive, what I have is a the.
Okay.
Okay. Without the, this is incomplete.
Okay.
Okay. And in fact, won't make any sense because we usually don't put an infinitive after venir.
Fine. Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
il vient de partir. You see, there is a word de in between,
Third. Wait.
right? Again, de vendre.
Elle vient de vendre sa voiture.
For example, you bought it in September. Je vais acheter une voiture en septembre. मान लो अब अक्टूबर आ गया आपने अपनी कार बेच दी ठीक है je viens de vendre ma voiture je
Okay.
how will
Je,
I write
je,
आप मेरे को ये conjugation बताओगे
E-N-S.
V I
V-I-E-N-S.
V I N S yes ma voiture everything else is the same what does this mean and translate to in English je viens de vendre ma voiture
I just bought my
I
car.
just vendre ma voiture vendre is not to buy.
So sold.
Yes, I just sold my car. I just happened so to sold my car. It just happened that I just sold my car.
Ashte is for buying. Vendre is
Us,
for selling.
exactly. That's also
Oh,
one good tip, and you just worked it yourself. When you want to learn new words, it's always easier to group them in some way. Either learn them as synonyms, either learn them as antonyms. So you actually are learning two things at the same time: selling and buying.
yeah.
The very related words, what do you say them in French? Don't learn them selling ko ye bolte and then blah 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 blah. Then you learn uh, how do you say buying in French, basically. Don't do that. Do both of them together. It will help your brain to learn them easily.
Okay.
Help your brain basically. Help your brain help you back. By doing.
Okay.
Make
Yeah,
sense?
got it. Yeah, that's
Okay. So you notice the difference? Can you tell me and summarize the both tenses that we learned today?
so future in future proche we generally use sujet and
Oui.
aller conjugation with verb infinitive.
Very nice. Yes.
But in passé récent, the thing which just happened, for that we use the structure of sujet plus venir conjugation plus the plus verb infinitive.
Very nice. Yes. So, can you give me one example of future crush, for example?
Future proche, je vais apprendre de la langue française.
Je vais apprendre what? The. No. We don't use preposition the after apprendre.
Langue. Apprendre la langue, the langue français, la
So,
langue
if
française.
Either say le français directly or say la langue française. So long language
Okay.
is actually feminine, but French
Okay.
itself as a word is masculine.
Le français. Better I simplify it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Je
So if
vais
you
apprendre le français.
le français ou la langue française, I will tell you this difference.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Fine.
But for now, can you make one more sentence for me for passé récent?
Passé récent. Je, je vais, je viens de, je viens de apprendre euh, le passé récent aujourd'hui.
Oui, very nice. Je viens d'apprendre, but you have to be
Oh,
careful when you're doing this. Okay. If the infinitive is starting
okay.
with a vowel, you have to contract it mandatorily. It's not
D'apprendre.
optional. Oui,
Je viens d'apprendre passé récent aujourd'hui.
le passé récent aujourd'hui. Very nice. Okay. You have to make two more sentences for me. This time, what you have to do is use just
Okay.
aller. You don't have to do passé or sorry, the future proche. Just do
Okay.
a normal aller verb. How will you use aller in French?
Je viens,
Yeah, where did bien come from in aller? Aller, to go.
sorry, ok, je vais aller au cinéma.
No, that's actually not aller. It's aller, but I just
It's
simply
past and future approach again.
yes, yeah. Don't use future cross, but simply use aller in a sentence.
Okay, je vais à la plage.
Je vais à la plage. Very nice. Okay. Can you use venir in a sentence simply without the passé récent?
Um, mm, je viens,
You just went to the plage. You can also come back from the plage, right? Je viens de la plage.
je viens à la plage. Oui. Okay.
So, I'm coming back from the beach. Je viens de la plage.
Je viens
Do
à
you
la plage.
understand the difference
Yeah.
now? The plus a noun actually means it's not what? It's not passé récent. You have to have a verb after venir for it to be passé récent.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have all these four use cases in your head clear.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. So what we'll do is there are two cases left. I will teach you this today. What we'll not cover today is fair, okay, because it's a little involved and important for it to be covered in half an hour. What
Okay.
we'll do is tenir. Tenir is relatively easy, unimportant, and it's just a 5 minutes topic that I want you to get it over with right now and forget it. Basically, forget it. You won't use this verb at all. Almost in
Oh,
daily life, we don't use this verb, but it's important that you understand how this is written
okay.
because there are a lot of such derivatives of this verb that we actually use. For example, soutenir is we use something that we use. Okay, in order to conjugate soutenir, you need to know how to conjugate tenir in French.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, can you read this out for me?
Je tiens,
Je
tu
tiens.
tiens, il tient, elle tient, nous tenons, vous tenez, ils tiennent, elles tiennent.
Very nice. Yes. Tu tiens, il tient, elle tient. Very nice. So you see, the meaning of tient, tenir is
Oh,
to hold something.
okay.
To hold. I'm holding the pen. Je tiens le stylo maintenant.
Okay.
Okay. Il tient ses gants à la main. À la main. Il tient ses gants. Gants are what? Gloves. Okay. Les gants. Gloves. Gloves होते हैं ना सर्दियों में पहनते हैं. We wear in the winters.
Okay.
Okay. Those are gloves. Il tient ses gants à la main. His gloves in his hand, or in his hand, or in hand, whatever.
Okay.
We also use this in imperative. So this is actually an order or command. If you see there's an exclamation, and that's a big sign that it's
Yeah.
an right.
Mm,
So tiens la
mm,
porte. I'm ordering someone to hold the door. If you've watched
okay.
GOT, Game of Thrones, there's a whole episode on this. Hold the door, hold the door.
Okay.
Okay. That's the name of the character as well. Hold the door. Okay. Tiens la porte. If it was that this sentence, if it's translated in this, it's tiens la porte. Tiens la porte. Maybe French में उस बंदे का नाम wouldn't have been hold on. It would have been some ta porte. I don't know. The porte. Not really sure if watch GOT and able to relate, but yeah, it's actually a very nice show. Tenir has several different meanings, and we are not very concerned with these meanings. You can go through these on your own. I will not discuss a lot of these, but yeah, the basic meaning is to hold something. You have to know that. You can't skip that. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
make sense?
Yeah, it
Other
does.
unimportant, you can go through them. You should. It's good to know. Basically, it's good to know. If you know them, it's good enough. But don't prioritize these over other things, other important things that we need to learn.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. We will do fair in our next class. What we'll do right now is actually a dialogue just like yesterday. But before that, let me see what is the topic at hand that I wanted to discuss today is family members. So I wanted to start family members. You remember yesterday?
Yeah.
So I will discuss family members at first, and then we'll do a very small dialogue. Again, it's a 5%, 4% dialogue, but we just do alternate dialogues. Okay.
Okay.
So there are two slides actually on La Famille. La Famille means the family, and La Famille again, it's pink means it's actually feminine. Okay,
Okay.
and reading ILL, just according to pronunciation rules that we did in our first class, ILL means year, not famille. Like in English, it's not family, it's famille. Famille.
Family.
La
Family.
Famille. Can you say La Famille?
La famille.
Very nice. Okay. So what we're gonna do is this first picture. Can you read those two words for me? What's mother?
La mère.
Okay. What's her daughter?
La fille.
La fille. Very nice. Okay. Just like famille, it's la fille. It's not feel. Don't read it as feel. Okay.
Okay.
Then we have father. How will you say father?
Le père.
Le père. Okay. And his son.
Le fille.
It's not feel. This one is
Fille.
actually no. It's not either. It's not fee. It's
Uh,
not feel. This is an exception. Write it down if you have to. Le fils.
oh, fils.
Yes, fish ka h hata do. It's le fils.
Okay. Wow.
Here it's like this. I can't describe why it is like this, but it's like this in class. Maybe they didn't find other words, better words, but yeah. Okay, le
Okay.
fils.
Le fils.
Okay.
Okay.
How will I say now? Let's say these two guys meet and they turn into these two you guys. How will you say these? They're brothers and sisters. How will you say brother and friends?
Le frère.
Le frère. Very nice. And then sister is what?
La sœur.
La sœur. Very nice. And then grandmother and grandfather and grandmother. Sorry.
Le grand-père.
Le grand-père. Very nice.
La grand-mère.
Okay. So this is the basic family. Okay. Mama, papa, beta, beti, and then dada, dadi.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we of course have other members in the family. And now we're going to look at those. Okay. So you have le mari, la femme. Okay. Mother and father are mother and father to their kids. But what are they to each other? Husband and wife.
Husband and wife. Yeah.
So how do you say husband and wife in French? Can you read this out? I'm not really sure if you can. Is this visible?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Like I
Can you
kind
read
of
this out?
zoom it out. Okay.
If it's possible,
Um,
please zoom it out on your own. On your
yeah, I am zooming.
okay. Sorry. Yeah. Please read this out for me now.
Le mari.
Ah oui. Le mari.
Le mari. La femme.
La femme. It's called femme.
Femme.
La femme. Okay. La femme. Very nice. Okay.
La femme.
Now let's move on up this chart. We'll do this first. What is his mother and her mother or their father? So what we're going to do is basically discussing father side of family first.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're doing is uh her father's mother, what is he called? Father's mother.
La grand-mère.
Here, not speaking
Oh.
from the
Oh.
perspective of
Oh.
you.
Oh. Okay. Okay. La mère.
Le mère. Yeah. Speak from this guy's perspective. La
Okay.
mère. Okay. La mère. Okay. What is his father called?
Le père.
Le père. And what is his dada dadi called? Let's move on up the ladder. Dada is called what?
Le grand-père.
And then
La grand-mère.
we've already done this. Okay. And
Yeah.
if his father has a brother and a sister, for example, okay, let's assume he
Mhm.
has a sister. What
Okay.
will this father's sister be called for him?
La,
Aunt in English, right? Bua, aunt, whatever you call it in
yeah.
Tamil, I don't know. This, how will you say this in French?
La tante.
La tante. Very nice. And what is her husband called?
L'oncle.
L'oncle. Okay, very
L'oncle.
l'oncle. Very nice.
L'oncle.
And
Okay.
let's assume they have a son. Okay, what will he be to you? Your aunt's son. What is he to you? He's your cousin
Le,
in English, right?
yeah.
And le cousin, cousin, cousin,
Cousin.
cousin. There's a le. Cousin. There's actually the other word as well, cousin, which actually means a cushion. So this is
Okay.
cousin, le cousin.
Cousin.
Okay, if it's a feminine, we will say la cousine.
La cuisine.
Cuisine, not cuisine, is actually cooking.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
la cuisine, la cuisine. C-O-U. O-U is actually ou. Like bonjour. Okay, ou, like in Hindi. Okay. Then, for example, if he has a brother and sister, I'm sure you know this. Brother and sister as le frère and la sœur. We already did this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's assume there's a son. What is the son called?
Le fils.
Le fils. And his wife. How will he be to me? Hindi mein we call it the bahu.
Okay.
Right? What
La
is la
belle
belle fille?
fille. Okay.
Who is what? La belle fille. Daughter-in-law in English.
La belle fille.
Beautiful girl, literally speaking. Okay. La belle fille.
La belle fille.
So there's this weird thing. La belle
Mhm.
fille is like saying my stepdaughter.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Why? I'll tell you. This here is mother-in-law, but it also translates to stepmom.
Mm.
Okay. So whenever I have belle and beau, it is nothing but beautiful. What we actually say is either step or something that has to do with marriage. Basically, if they come in our family via marriage, they are
Mhm.
basically prefixed with bell and bow. You are beautiful. Come into our family. You're beautiful. Something like that.
Okay.
La
Okay.
belle, she's my beautiful daughter. She's my babu. She's my daughter-in-law. Okay.
Okay.
The English one makes more sense to me, but I don't know why few French people call them beautiful. But okay, just a second. Okay.
Okay.
Then, if they have a son now, how will you call them? This guy has a grandson now. Okay, his son was called Lafis. His
Mhm.
grandson, what will he be to him?
Le petit fils.
Le petit fils. This first word is petit. We don't say the e at all. Le petit fils. This FILS pronunciation remains the same. Le petit fils.
Okay. Le petit fils.
The second one, if they have a daughter and this guy has a granddaughter, that will be la petite fille.
Oh, la petite fille.
Make sense?
Yeah. The
Okay. Now,
feminine.
yeah, the feminine thing is actually read as full because it basically is nothing but the pronunciation rule that we read. E gives the power to the consonant to be pronounced. Nothing new. Make sense? Now
Yeah.
assume that this guy has a daughter as well and she's married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This guy's daughter will be called la fille, just like we read. La
Yeah.
fille. What will her husband be called to this guy? Otherwise, we say damad in Hindi or son-in-law in English. How will call it in French? Le gendre.
Le gendre.
Okay, le gendre.
Le gendre.
Very nice. Okay. Now we will skip almost everything on this one. what we will learn is actually just this, which is important. Everything else we don't really use. But you can
Okay.
go through this. Okay. Learn yes. Learn yes.
Then yes.
Yes. So basically, my brother's daughter or my uh, I don't know, my what will it be? My sister's or my wife's brother's daughter, all of that kind of relations. They're one
Mhm.
level lower to me, and they're my niece and nieces. Okay, niece and nephew. Sorry. So how will I say them? La nièce, le niveau,
Le niveau.
le neveu. Sorry, désolé. Niveau is
Oh,
actually the thing. Le neveu.
le nouveau.
Okay, la nièce, le neveu.
La nièce, le nouveau.
Neveu. Nouveau, non. Le neveu. N-E is neveu.
Nouveau.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
As I discussed yesterday, Madam and Monsieur and Mademoiselle. Okay. And there's one more, Madame. So we need to learn
Madame.
these titles. People
Mm.
who are not married, especially for men, it does not change. It's Monsieur, whether he's married or unmarried.
Mhm.
For ladies, it changes. Whether if she is not married, we'll say Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle. Okay. Which is a translation for Miss.
Okay.
And if she is married, we will say Madame.
Madame. Okay.
Okay. These are the stages of life. You can go through these. These are important, but I will skip this in the lesson. You can go through this on your own. Okay.
Okay.
Le garçon, la fille is important. I want you to learn
Okay.
these.
Le garçon. Okay. La fille.
All right. Let's now move on to the dialogue that I actually wanted to discuss. That will help you remember some of the words that we're learning. This might get a little boring like this. I honestly don't enjoy learning like this. So don't want my students to do that as well. Okay. So let's
Okay.
learn family members and friends, but with the help of a dialogue. Okay. This way will also improve our speaking. So it's
Okay.
indirectly a speaking exercise. You have to speak the first one. I'll speak the second one. All right. And
Okay.
Kamsa will do everything. Just
Okay.
alternatively. Please speak the first one.
Sure. Bonjour tout le monde. Comment ça va aujourd'hui?
Bonjour chérie, ça va bien? Je lis le journal et toi? You have
Moi
to,
aussi. Ça va. Ah,
you have to stop me anywhere you don't understand the French.
okay. Sure.
You understand everything that's happening here?
Yeah.
Je lis le journal.
I'm reading the journal.
Journal is
Magazine.
newspaper. Journal is
Oh,
newspaper, not the journal, but the newspaper.
okay.
In French, it's
Oh,
called le journal. Okay.
oh, okay.
Et toi?
And you?
Moi aussi, ça va. You have to say this,
Moi,
right?
yeah. Moi aussi, ça va. Je m'appelle. Oh,
Je
j'appelle. Sorry.
m'appelle.
Moi aussi, ça va. J'appelle ma sœur, ta tante, Sophie, pour lui parler du dîner de ce soir.
Oui. So moi aussi, ça va. I am also fine. Okay. Me
Mhm.
too, I am fine. J'appelle ma sœur. I'm calling my sister. I'm
Mhm.
calling my sister, but your auntie Sophie, ta tante Sophie, basically your Mossy. Okay, I'm calling you
Mm.
Mossy Sophie to
Mhm.
talk to her about what? About the dinner of this
Dinner.
evening. Maybe
Yeah.
they're inviting the Mossy to dinner this evening in their house.
Mm.
Okay. Who speaks from
Yeah.
the front? Who speaks from the front? Oncle actually answers by what? Salut, j'apporte du vin pour le dîner. Où est ma fille? Où est ma fille Claire?
I'll bring wine to the dinner.
Yes. Où est ma fille Claire?
Where is my daughter? Oh,
Claire. Okay.
there. Yeah. Salut,
Cousin. Yeah.
sa- salute, salute or salute because the vowel
Salut, oncle.
of salute only. Claire est dans le jardin avec notre grand-père. Ils, ont- ils auront arrosé,
Arroz. Arroz.
ok, arrosé les plants
The,
ensemble.
les plantes ensemble. This is red, okay? The E is red. Remember, E is red in French.
Plantes ensemble.
Ensemble. These are plants, okay? Arroz is to water plants, literally.
Arrose.
So,
Okay.
salut, oncle. Claire est dans le jardin avec notre grand-père. Il arrose les plantes ensemble. Hi, Uncle. Claire is in the garden with our Dadaji, grandpère. They're
Mhm.
watering the plants together.
Okay.
Okay. Read this out for me. I'll just translate it for you. I'll anyways read it.
Bonjour mes petits. Venez, le déjeuner est prêt.
Okay, so the grandmother. So you have to also say the who's saying this because that's important for this dialogue. Who is saying this dialogue?
Grand-mère.
Grandma. The Dadi is saying this. Bonjour, mes petits. Actually, she's calling who? Who is she calling here? Who is she saying bonjour to?
Her grandchildren.
Grandchildren, mes petits, literally. Okay, my littles.
Yeah.
Venez. Venez. Which is this verb? Venez.
Venez. Oh my God.
We just did it. Immediate
Yeah.
past when what verb is used? To come.
Venir.
Venir, yes. So this is come.
Yeah.
Come.
Venir.
What is ready? Et prêt. Prêt is to ready, to be ready. Okay.
Okay.
Je suis prêt. I am ready. If I ask you, êtes-vous prêt? Before the class,
Je
before starting
suis
the class, if I
prêt.
ask you, êtes-vous prêt? Oui, je suis prêt.
Oui, je suis prêt.
If I ask you, is Hussein ready today in the class? You will say, oui, il est prêt. Il est prêt.
Il est prêt.
For example, if Ashwarya was also joining, what will you say? Elle est prête. We add a T at the end. For elle, we add a T at the end. Elle est prête.
Okay.
Je suis prête. If Ashwarya, you were to say this, je suis prête. Make sense? Hello?
Yeah. Okay. Am I audible?
Yeah, now you are. Venez, le déjeuner est prêt. What is ready now?
Lunch.
Lunch is ready, yes. Now who
Yeah.
responds?
Petit fille.
Petit fils ou petite fils, désolé. C'est
Petit,
petit fils.
petit fils.
Oui,
Merci, grand-mère. J'ai très faim.
oui,
Où est papa?
oui. Who is speaking this dialogue in English?
Grandchildren.
The, not the grandchildren. It's one,
I mean,
one
little
no, no, no. This is
grandson.
grandson, yes. Merci,
Yeah.
grand-mère. What does he say? Thank you, grandma. J'ai très faim. This is actually in this list that I actually gave you as homework. Avoir faim is
I am very hungry.
very nice. I'm very hungry. Où est papa?
Where is father?
Yes, he doesn't say le père. He uses papa informally.
Hmm.
Where is père? Where is papa? Où est papa? What does grandmère reply with? Ton père est dans le salon. Il regarde la télévision. Okay, we are also learning two more vocabulary words here. Le salon, la télévision. So where is television in a house in general in the house? In which kind
Hall.
of room? Hall
Yeah.
or what is it called in English?
Where-
Where we have a sofa, where we watch the TV, where we have a coffee table. What is that room called?
Not sure.
Living room. Okay, we call
Oh,
it the
yeah.
living room.
Obvious. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So,
Hall.
grand-mère, what does he say? That ton père est dans le salon. The salon is not the saloon. He's not getting his hair done. Okay. Here, salon
Okay.
means he's in the living room. He's watching the television.
Okay.
Okay. What does the guy says? He's
Bonjour. Bonjour, maman. Je fais mes devoirs.
oui.
Tu peux m'aider?
Tu peux m'aider? Okay. Tu peux m'aider. What does it mean? Tu peux.
Can you help me?
Very nice. Can you help me? Bonjour, maman. Je fais mes devoirs. What are devoirs?
Devoir. Homeworks?
Yes. Je fais. Matlab?
I
What?
have to do my homework, or I am doing my homework.
I am doing my homework. Je fais is faire. Okay. Je fais mes devoirs. Okay. Mère. What does the mom says?
Bien sûr, ma chérie. Allons-y ensemble.
Allons-y ensemble.
Allons-y ensemble.
Oui. Let's go together. Bien sûr, of course, my chérie. So this was the daughter who said this. Okay. Let's go together. They're going somewhere together. I don't know where they're going. Okay. What does the grandpère say?
Tu peux m'aider à porter ces fleurs à la cuisine.
Apporter ces plats à la cuisine. Can you help me put this flowers in the
Flowers.
kitchen? Okay. What does the field say? Fee says, oui,
Oui, grand-père. Oui,
grand-père.
grand-père.
Oui.
Avec plaisir.
Avec plaisir. What does this mean? Very, very obvious.
With pleasure.
With pleasure. Yes. What does the aunt says now? She's come. Sophie's come. Aunt was Sophie. Remember?
Yeah.
What
Bonjour,
does it
je
read it?
prépare une
Bonjour. What?
tarte.
Bonjour. Wait. Bonjour dash.
Bonjour à tous.
Bonjour à tous. Yes. Very nice. Tous.
Bonjour à tous. Je prépare une tarte pour le dessert.
Two mistakes. One is this one. I forgot what you said. What did you say for this?
Prépare,
Prépare. Je prépare
prépare,
une
prépare,
tarte pour le dessert. Dessert. It's not dessert. It's dessert.
dessert.
Okay? Very nice. So dessert, as I told you, this dessert, is it the Sahara Desert wala dessert, or is it the sweet thing that we eat after?
Sweet.
Yes. So extra S means extra sweet. Just remember it like this. The other word that we are learning is actually this. So, le dessert. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the dessert.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What does the son says? Le fils. What does he say?
Super, ton Sophie. J'adore ta tarte au pain.
Wait. What does he like? What does he love?
Uh, he likes her tart and apples.
Yes, tart made of apples.
Oh,
Basically, she
oh,
she makes this dessert that she's talking about is actually tart au pomme.
mm,
Okay,
okay.
an apple tart, basically.
Yeah.
What his cousin says, maybe it is Sophie's son, or I don't remember what is it. Is it a son or a daughter? What does the cousin says?
Moi aussi. Est-ce que je peux t'aider à cuisiner?
Ah, cuisine. Yes. Je peux t'aider. Do you understand this now?
Can I help you?
Very nice. Yes. Est-ce que je peux t'aider à cuisiner? Désolé. Okay. What
Bien,
does the mother says? उसकी मम्मी क्या बोलती है? Tante?
bien sûr. Prends un tablier
Oui.
et viens m'aider.
Oui. Prends un tablier. What does prend means?
Prends means taking. Take.
Yes. To take.
Take
A
tablier.
tablier. Tablier means an apron. Come take an apron with me and come help me.
Okay.
Make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Mère, c'est une belle journée en famille, n'est-ce pas? What does mother says? With all this thing happening, there's grandpa, there's auntie, there's her son, there's daughter, and there's grandson, there's dada, papa, सब एक साथ हैं. What does mother, the mayor comments about?
It's a beautiful day of family, isn't it?
Nespa,
Like,
isn't it? Yes, Nespa. It's a very important thing. Okay,
okay.
remember this thing. Nespa, when you have to
Yeah.
say something and then basically it's a question tag. In English, we have question tags. For
Okay.
example, you will do it, wouldn't you? You would do it for me, wouldn't you? We ask this a rhetoric question at the end.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to make sure something happens, you will do your homework, wouldn't you? Will
Mm,
you not? Okay, make sense? The
yeah.
same way we do it, we say in French, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, c'est vrai. J'aime passer du temps avec vous tous.
Oui, very nice. J'aime passer du temps avec vous tous. What does the father say? Oui, this is what's vrai.
It's true. It's true.
It's oui.
I love to pass my time with you all.
Yes, I love to pass time with you all. Du temps is time in general. Okay.
Okay.
Grand-mère, what does grand-mère says?
Moi aussi, c'est toujours agréable d'être ensemble.
Oui. Moi aussi. Can you read this word again?
Moi aussi.
Can you say that again?
Moi aussi.
Very nice. Moi aussi. Okay. Moi aussi, c'est toujours agréable. Agréable is pleasant. So always a pleasant thing, happy thing, or I don't know, something positive. I'd
Okay.
write as pleasant for now. Okay. D'être
Okay.
ensemble, to be together. Ensemble means to be together or together. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm adding these as comments in this document itself. What I have here is actually all the verbs, the French infinitive for that verb, the way it is used in this dialogue. Then I also have the translation of that in English. So you
Okay.
can go through these on your own, and I also have the dictionary of what was used in this in
Family.
English.
Okay. Okay.
Make sense? This dialogue, did
Yeah.
it help you to understand the family vocabulary a little better?
Yes. Yes. It did.
And we did also some other
Yeah.
words. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, I think this was all that I had to cover today. Let's stop
Okay.
here only. We will
Uh,
start with the next. I think we already done colors, right?
yeah. Yesterday we are done with the book.
We did the days of the week as well. That's maybe
Yeah.
for the time that is left. Let me see if I can play this song. Mm, I don't think it is present on. So I found it on Spotify and found it
Okay.
on YouTube as well. Just a moment. No, we don't have the shorter version. So Spotify is a very short version. I'm not really sure how to present. Let me try presenting my screen. See if okay, yes. To share audio, share a tab instead. This is weird. And this is what for consider. Just a moment.
Like, are you presenting something on screen? Like,
No, no, I'm actually logging into my Spotify account. Just a moment.
okay.
Uh, it's a disaster. I honestly don't remember the password for that account. Sorry. I will give you that song as homework. Maybe you can
Okay.
just listen to it on your own. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So let's just quickly discuss the homework before we leave for the week because there's a whole week ahead of you and we covered a lot. All right. I want you to do the homework so that you are at basically you are in line with what we're doing. And in next class, you're not clueless because we'll start from fair directly. We won't cover Ale and everything. So have to revise all the grammar that we did.
Okay, sure.
So we did almost 4 chapters. We have to revise chapter 1 to
Yeah.
4. Okay. Then you have to do all the exercises. I will give you a song again. Give you a song.
Okay.
It's just for fun. Okay. Just don't take song as homework. It's just for your own enjoyment.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So yesterday, I think I sent you. Forgot what song I sent you. It was Dernier
Very,
song. Yeah, it
yeah.
should be used as a fun thing when you're doing something else. Just listen to it. You will at least learn one word out of that song. Even if that helps, I mean, even if that happens, it will help you. Okay.
Yeah.
The title of the song is what? Last Dance. So Dernier Dance. If you learn to just say that out of that song, it's good enough. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just good to know how to speak French in a very fast manner. If you try to follow the lyrics of the song along the song, It'll also help you improve your pronunciation. The last thing that I want to do is actually continue doing in a French podcast.
Sure.
Okay. Continue doing it. Speak out loud. Then hear the line that you spoke out loud, and then listen to it again. Or listen to it
Sure.
again, and then speak out loud again. Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Revise the vocabulary. What did we learn? Family, and then
Family,
choose the lesson in
months.
les mois, then saison. And anything else that we learn, by default, it's your homework, okay?
Okay.
Please revise it. I'll help
Sure.
you only. It's not for me, it's for you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see each other in the next class and next Sunday, next Saturday, sorry. Right. À la prochaine. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Bonne journée.
Bonne journée, bon week, bon semaine. Bye.